Hi, author Brady here, and this is another Free Talk Tuesday. This is just an episode where I get to talk about, just some timely topics that are going on in my life. Today is October 15th. I actually forgot that today was Tuesday. It's been one of those weeks. Yeah, it has. Time has gotten away from me. But here we are, and we're going to be talking about some of the stuff I've been doing here on the YouTube channel. My author newsletter, which has been a colossal pain in my butt, has nothing to do with my subscribers. In fact, found out something that was very upsetting, that maybe I wasn't getting the subscribers that I thought I was, or I should have been. I guess that's the better way to put it. And we're going to talk about Staying Alive, the novella that I am releasing through my newsletter and over on Ream, for those that follow me for free. And we'll wrap it up by talking about Golden Brown, my current project before I get back to Seeking Truth, which is the third book in my ongoing series From Endworld Everlasting, A Battle Mage Reborn. Now, if you can see behind me here, that is actually the cover art for Seeking Truth. I've had it for a while. I'm really excited to get back to this book and get it finished and into the eager hands of my readers who've been waiting. If you have been waiting, thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate you more than I could possibly express. And coming from a writer, I hope that means something, because I hope that I'm alright with words. And in this regard, they fail me. I really, really appreciate you. So, let's start off. YouTube. The channel is not growing very fast, but that's totally to be understood, or it's understandable. It's exactly where I'm at right now. I just have to create content. My latest content creation endeavor has been a new series that I'm putting together. It's Come Write With Me. And I was thinking about it, and it's really hard to kind of juggle growing a YouTube channel at the same time as getting the words, and being productive, right, regularly, and pushing yourself to overcome hurdles that are in your life, right? And I've talked about that in some of my other videos. I'm not going to get a whole lot into it. Here we don't need to keep hammering the nail in every time we do a video. I don't think you want it. I don't have the emotional bandwidth to go there, so we'll say things have been kind of tough lately, and we'll leave it there. But I really want to do both, and there are days where I don't feel like I have it in me. And one of the things that I came up with was this Come Write With Me series, and really my camera is right here right now, and this is how I write. So what I do is I set my camera up and I just angle it so that I'm doing a writing sprint, and I pick some music to do my writing sprint to, and I let the keyboard go. I'm not sure if you can hear that. That was me playing with my keyboard as I'm writing, and my fingers are dancing across the keys. But you know what? A lot of it looks like this. So if you want to know what it looks like to write a book, come join me. You don't just have to write. If you want to see what my process looks like, I am not an attractive writer. I'm sorry. If you thought that I was, sitting on a beach and sipping martinis, or, knocking back a Moscow Mule, that's not how it happens. It looks a lot like work, and I guess you could say it looks like I'm not enjoying myself, but let me tell you, I am at my happiest when I am writing and creating worlds and characters, and it's so magical. But watch these videos and you'll see that it looks a lot like work. But I love it, and this is what I want to do with my life. So if you have been looking for a writing group but you don't like people, or if you can't find one, or you live in a remote area and you have access to YouTube, but people are, a rare commodity, why don't you come write with me? You can check it out in my YouTube channel, and I hope it works for you. Right now, it's music with the keyboard, with the key presses as I'm writing. I might make versions where I can just go and knock down the volume of, the ambient room noise. I appreciate that there are probably people out there who do not want to hear me typing. Maybe that would be distracting. I don't know. For me, I like the sound of typing. It makes me feel like I'm around people in a way that's non-intrusive. But if that's not you, maybe I'll create versions that do and do not have the typing. So the limiting factor right now is getting access to music that I can put in the background that I don't have to pay a royalty for and that aren't going to knock my channel for copyright infringement. And I'm not trying to infringe on anyone's copyright. Also, I personally, there are times where I can write with lyrics, with people singing. The 2 episodes I've done so far are, not a lot of vocals. And I think that's kind of where I want to be. But what I've noticed is, props, right? I write on my phone a lot. I write with Scrivener. And, I can get words throughout the day if I have breaks, or if my wife is driving and I can sit there on my phone and write without having to pay attention to, what's going on. If I have those moments, sometimes I try to still them and get some words in. These writing sprints are so much more productive. They're hard to do, especially if you're struggling with other things and you're trying to modulate emotions and be there for other people. It can be hard to, even if you can carve away the time, you have to get into an emotional space where you can go in there and actually use the sprint. And that's been a struggle for me on some of these days. I'm sure that for some of you, you've had those days where it's a struggle. But it's about trying to train, who we are, our personality, our spirits, our tenacity, rebuild some of that strength to go out there and keep working on it. And I'm in the process. I'm not perfect. I'm learning. I'm in the process. And I think that that's okay. And if that's where you're at, let me tell you, I think it's okay. I think you're going to be okay. You just keep doing what you can. If you have resistance in your life, just keep chipping away at it. And I'm not saying this as some kind of expert. I'm saying it as a person who's been going through it and who doesn't want to be beat by it. And if you're there, if you're ready to stop waiting for things to be perfect, let's do this. So grab one of those Come Write With Me videos. Do a sprint with me. Prepare just 20, 25 minutes and do a sprint and get as many words as you can. It's okay if you only get 10. The important part is start and try. You might surprise yourself. And who knows, if you get into a flow state, things just kind of fall into place, you might get a lot more than you thought that you would. So if this is helpful for you, please, like and subscribe. Follow those Come Write With Me's. Pick your favorite one. Pick a couple. Whatever you want to do. Hopefully it helps you out. It's definitely helping me out. So I do think that I will continue to create these videos. If nothing else, if nobody wants to watch it, if they're not valuable to anybody else, at least I'm getting words. And it's even just having the camera there, it keeps me on task. And even if the words aren't coming, I might pinch my lip, which I didn't realize how much I do until I started watching these videos. And, maybe twirl my mustache a little bit. But the words always do come after a little while. And it's learning to be comfortable letting my mind work, right? To be there and to not have the words and to say, it's okay, it's all right. Just process this thought. Just figure out what it is that you're trying to say. So I don't know if you can hear the timer in the background and some of the different noises that I'm hearing. I've got the mic pointed this way, sound dampening wall. My wife is upstairs. She is slicing potatoes on a mandolin, chopping the ends, parboiling them, and getting them ready for the dehydrator. She's an amazing woman, and I really care about her. I made sure that I got a load of dishes started before I came down here because I want to help her out. And I'm just trying to get this video done because I forgot it was Tuesday the week got away from me, and I want to go upstairs and watch a show with her before we go to bed. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just trying to fulfill my commitments and spend time with the people that I care about. And yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that. And I'm alright, just having... I don't have as many words today as I could have. I spent hours, going down to the Salt Lake VA. We have to drive there, have the appointment, drive back. I've been having a lot more appointments lately. It takes up a lot more of my time. They are emotionally taxing, but things are getting better. I've been dealing with a lot of pain in my neck, my lower back, around my pelvis and my tailbone areas, and it's been a lot of the stress and the grief and the pain that I've been trying to process, like my weighing on my body, and old injuries and old problems come kind of like compounding. And the VA, I have to admit, has really been helping me out with working through the physical stuff, so that I have a little bit more space to work through the mental stuff. And so for those of you who appreciate veterans, who appreciate the VA, I appreciate you. Thank you. It's not perfect, it's not good, but it's better than it was, and I'm alright with that for right now. Like I told the doc today, if I could buy this, I would, because I had just a moment of so much physical pain just going away in a moment, and I was like, sold. Can I take this home? And it doesn't work that way. Things kind of shift back and you deal with pain again. But I'm getting off topic. So, talking about pain points, oh my gosh, guys, oh my gosh. My newsletter. So I use MailChimp, and I have not been getting subscribers, and I don't know for how long. I have, I guess they call them audiences. I thought that I just always called them lists. But I had multiple lists. My main list for anybody who reads the books and gets the link and wants to sign up for my newsletter, it hasn't been working, I guess. I tested it this last weekend because I asked my wife if she would sign up for it, because I'm sending out, this kind of goes in the next topic, I'm sending out chapters of Staying Alive, my latest completed novella, to my newsletter, and I'm also putting it up on Ream. And I wanted her to sign up to see if she was getting the email, if everything was working all right. I guess it was like an intuitive thing. It was like, I don't even know if this is working right now, and I don't know why I would even think that it wasn't working, but I don't know. She tried it. One sec, sorry. She tried it and never got the confirmation email. I took that part off to say I didn't, you don't need to do a double confirmation. It didn't sign her up for the list for whatever reason, and I can't figure out why. My main list, or my main audience, isn't working. It stopped working, and it stopped working. My last subscriber was, gosh, 11 months ago. 11 months ago. And I've just been so under it, right? Under the weight of the world, that I never really thought about it. Like, I'm not getting subscribers. I don't have that many people on my newsletter subscriber list, period. I don't. It's sub 50, guys. It's not something that I've done well. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to do better, offer people things that they're interested in, and build a community, right? And between, my newsletter, which seems like old technology, and my Ream account, which seems like just amazing. It's like Patreon, guys, but it's so much better. Oh my gosh, it's reamstories.com/rbradyfrost. All you have to do is follow me on there. If you go to that, and it's down in the description, if you go there, it'll be right up at the top. Follow. It's like Patreon. I don't want you to pay me a penny. I'm not good at it. I'm struggling with my writing, right? Is that weird? Like, I feel like I've got to be like producing all of this work for you to support me as an author. Look, if you're watching these videos, it means the world to me, and this is the support that I need right now. I have a regular day job that I am trying to write my way out of, like a career. I've done like fairly well for myself as far as that career goes, but it's been a very difficult journey, and I feel like I took the wrong road at some point. So your, couple dollars a month, a couple dollars a month patronage, like, it helps, but it doesn't get me what I need. And what I need is building a community of fans who just really like my writing and have a place to meet and gather. So that's why right now I'm giving my stuff away on reamstories.com/rbradyfrost for free if you just follow me. And then when I post things, you just get an email and it says, hey, a new chapter is live on this book, or hey, Brady posted some behind the scenes stuff. He wrote a post here. And it's really just a great platform. So if you're interested, please go down and check out that link and just follow me and look around and see if it's what you want. You can access all of the chapters that are available for Staying Alive. You get 2 per week, and you're ahead of where my newsletter is by a whole week. So, because I know it's a pain. I can send out the chapters to you, and you open your mail and you can read the chapter, and you can just do it on your phone. You don't have to go to another website. I totally get it. Although you can add the Ream app. There's a kind of a wonky way. Patreon just got hit with this. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if you use the Apple Store or the Google Store, like the Android Store or whatever, Google Play Store, they now want a cut of all the money that gets made from the app. That's why if you go on Amazon, the app, and you try to buy a digital book, you can't. It says you have to go to the website. That's because Apple and Google want a cut of that transaction, and that has to come from somewhere. And so that's been one of the big things, for Patreon, is that it might be your authors. Like, your authors are going to have to pay for that cut, and it's not going to be Patreon, and it's, somebody's got to pay for it. So I don't know. Ream has been great. It's basically kind of like side loading, but you're getting an HTML5 version or something of the app. It goes on your desktop. It acts the same. It's easy, guys. You can just Google how to do it. Then you've got help pages on Ream. It's not that big of a deal, but I know it's different, right? And nobody wants to have to sign up for a new account. Nobody wants to have to go through all that. So I get it. That's why I'm offering a little bit more, but also because I can, right? It's really hard for me to send out emails to a newsletter, and I'm spamming the people who just want to know when book 3 is out. And so they're going to leave because they don't want to get all these other emails. They don't necessarily want to know how I hand wrote these chapters of Second Chance. They don't want to see my handwriting and crossing out lines and circling phrases and moving them up and reconstructing sentences. They don't want to see that. They just want to know when the next book is out. But on Ream, I can offer that, and the people who want it get to see it, and I don't have to offend the people who just want to know, just tell me when the book's out, dude, right? So I'm not going to beat a dead horse here, but it was also so much easier to copy and paste my chapters into Ream and release them as chapters versus spending time with MailChimp, and the formatting is horrible, and every time there was an italics, every system message, I have to go in there and do it manually, and it is not fun. It's not fun. So, as a reward, you'll get access to more stuff if you go to reamstories.com/rbradyfrost and just follow me. Don't pay me any money, please. I'm serious, guys. But, it's just so much easier to use that platform. Also, I'm on the audio beta, and I haven't gotten around to posting any audio. And they're asking for feedback on how that feature is working. I do have a mic. I do want to start doing more voice acting stuff. If you can see the banner on my YouTube channel, it says it right there. I do want to act out and narrate some of my own stories. So I need to put something together and put it up there. So like that's just another thing that you get access to. What I had to do for MailChimp and that list not working is I took one of my other audiences that I thought I had set up for something else. It turns out it wasn't set up to do what I thought it was doing. So I just took everybody from the one list and I put them in the other list. And it works fine. And you can subscribe to that list just fine. All the settings are the same. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I spent so many hours that weekend just trying to figure out what the heck was going on with MailChimp and this list. At least I had a way, I found a workaround. So it's okay. We'll keep going. But I guess I'm just going to have to test it out every now and then to make sure that I can still subscribe, because I had no indication. It doesn't even tell me, hey, somebody tried to subscribe. We failed to send out the second confirmation email, like the email to confirm the subscription. Nope. It doesn't say, hey, we sent it out successfully. They didn't do it. Nope. Like I have no indication that anything went wrong or anybody tried to subscribe in the first place. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Like I said, old technology, new technology. We'll do what we can. So that's it. Staying alive is rolling right along, I think. So the newsletter just got chapter 3 today. Yeah. Yep. Chapter 3 today. So that means Reem is at chapter 5. And we do releases on Monday. No, it wasn't today. It was yesterday. Today is Tuesday. I keep thinking today is Monday, guys. Wow. So they got chapter 3 yesterday, and they'll get chapter 4 on Thursdays. Yeah, I do Monday and Thursday. And I figured it would be like, how would I want to receive, if I'm getting these in my email, how do I want to receive these chapters? Well, Mondays are usually pretty tough. I mean, sometimes they're really busy too when you're at work. So I figured, if somebody needs a break midday while they're at work to read a chapter, Monday would be a good one. And then you can't send it on Friday, and you don't want to send it on the weekend because people will get busy. They have to do stuff. So Thursday seemed like a good idea. You could catch the chapter before the weekend starts, kind of mull it over the weekend, and maybe forget that you were reading it in the first place, and then Monday rolls around and you're like, oh my gosh, I got another chapter coming. So that's kind of how I decided to structure it. I don't know how well it's working. I have some regular folks that are opening the emails and reading the chapters. It seems like they're progressing through. Again, I don't have a big audience. Like I think half of them aren't even open the emails. They might have signed up for my newsletter like 4 or 5 years ago, and I just haven't done a good job with it. So sorry guys. Other than that, I guess writing every single day still. Using my productivity worksheet, that Excel spreadsheet I guess it's a Google Sheets spreadsheet that my wife made. And really that empty block is like my enemy. Every single day I've got to get words in there. So I have been writing every single day since just a couple days before the start of September. So like I think August 26th. Yeah, I think I've been writing every day since August 26th. And some of them are great, like not great. None of them are great. Some of them I get like 500 or 600 words, and that is today's version of great. It's nowhere near where I was writing before, but I was never super prolific. Again, these sprints are helping. I just have to make space in my life for them, prepare myself mentally, get over the hurdle of the royalty-free music that I'm going to put in the background, because that's not really even the most valuable part, but it's one of the things that could hurt my channel if I don't do it right. So I have some ideas. We'll see. Golden Brown, though, that's the story that I'm working on, and it is running longer than I thought I might be able to do it with as far as word count goes. Oh, I think I'm at 27,000 words. Somewhere in there, 27,000 words. It's gonna run a little bit longer because it's a complex story and it all has to be self-contained. And I'm really liking it so far. I think everything is going well, but I need to give the characters the space to mature at the rate that they need to mature in certain ways. And they need to age into certain situations that I can't force. And guys, okay, so it's on a pirate ship, and some of these pirates, they're jerks. They're not doing what I want them to do. And one thing that I've realized when I'm writing, if I, like, writer's block for me, I guess it can be fear, like fear of starting. But what I've learned more often than not, writer's block for me, and maybe I should do a video about this sometime. Usually it happens when I'm writing and I'm typing away, and I might like hit that flow state, and I'm just getting words, right? I'm getting words. And something quirky happens, and I keep writing, and something in my brain, something somewhere deep, this little voice is like, that's not right. And if I keep going, I will just, all the gears will grind to a halt, and it's like, no, something's not right. And I can usually pinpoint what it is. And here's the crazy thing, right? I might only have to delete like a paragraph. I might only have to delete a sentence or two. I might just only have to change a couple of words. And that's the power of writing, is understanding when something goes astray. It's scary. And it feels like you've got to gut your entire book. But sometimes that's just not the case. Sometimes you just have to change like a couple minor details, and it smooths itself out, and suddenly it's even better than it was before, because whatever took you there might not have been that far off. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you're like, no, that scene just totally doesn't go there. But sometimes it's really easy to fix something. It just takes some time to sit there and marinate. Or you recognize that there's a problem, and you sit down and you give yourself time to figure it out. See, that's what I'm learning to do. That's the process that I'm learning, because I have gone months running up against that wall and just being terrified to go back in there and fix it. And then, gosh, within 20 minutes or a half an hour, it's fixed. Or within 5 minutes, or, oh my gosh, 2 minutes and it's fixed. And I built it up into this big, huge thing, right? And if I do it, I think some of you people do it too. So, look, writing, it can be a lot of fun. Writing can also be hard. But just because something is hard doesn't mean that it's not worth doing. And it doesn't mean that it's not enjoyable. It's okay. See, someone told me when I was in high school, writing shouldn't be hard. Because I was really struggling on a poem to get it just right. And I was looking for just the right cadence and just the right word. And this guy, with all the good intentions in the world, just another high schooler like me, 1 year older but not that much wiser, tried to tell me that writing didn't have to be hard, or it shouldn't be hard. No, sometimes writing is hard, but that doesn't make it less enjoyable. And when you do hard things, come on. That's when you know you've accomplished something. So, if you're having a hard time writing, it's okay. Have compassion for yourself and keep trying, because sometimes it's the struggle, not the victory. The struggle is what's worth it, because if you struggle and you eventually overcome, you find out what you're capable of, and then you can push that next hill. You can push that next level, and you can get a little bit better, and you just keep getting stronger. So, don't be hard on yourself. And if your writing's hard, that's okay. Stick with it. You got this. All right. Author R. Brady Frost. Another Free Talk Tuesday, October 15th. Sorry, a little scatterbrained today, but I'm trying not to do a bunch of takes, and not a lot of edits, and I'm running out of time. I only have 30 minutes. So, see you guys next week. Thanks.